So, what happens when you bring cutting edge AI into a space that's been a community cornerstone for, well, centuries? Today, we're going to look at exactly that: how artificial intelligence is creating a whole new standard for safety in mosques.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Picture a huge concert, a packed airport. How on earth do you keep literally thousands of people safe, all at once, in real time? It is a massive, massive challenge, and it's one that really needs a new way of thinking. And this exact challenge is being met head-on in Malaysia. They're using a formal rating system to manage some of the country's biggest and most complex public spaces. It's mosques. Now, we're not just talking about a single prayer hall. These are often sprawling complexes, true centers of community life. During Friday prayers or big holidays, you can have thousands upon thousands of people gathering. Just keeping that flow of people moving safely is a monumental task. So to get a handle on all this, the authorities there created something called the Malaysian Mosque Rating Standard, or SPMM for short. You can think of it as a super comprehensive quality control system. It's all about making sure these huge spaces are managed with the absolute highest levels of safety and emergency preparedness. And this standard is no joke. It covers everything. We're talking about individual worshipers' safety, like what if someone has a medical emergency in a huge crowd, all the way up to large-scale crowd control and security. It also means all the facilities, every CCTV camera, every emergency plan not only has to be there, but has to be perfectly maintained and documented for audits. You can see how that's a huge operational lift for any staff. So how can any administration possibly keep up with these super demanding standards? Well, this is where technology steps in to offer a high-tech helping hand, specifically through the power of artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. And this right here shows you what a massive leap forward we're talking about. The old way, you've got a security guard, probably exhausted, trying to watch dozens of camera feeds at once. It's just a system begging for human error. But the new way, you have AI-powered surveillance that literally never gets tired, never blinks. Instead of a delayed reaction, you get an alert the second something happens. It's a total shift from being reactive to being proactive. Okay, but AI surveillance can sound a little vague, maybe even a bit sci-fi. So let's get specific. What is this AI actually seeing, and what does it allow people to do? First things first, and this is probably the most important part, let's look at how it protects individuals. We're talking about their personal safety and well-being in a crowd. This is where it gets really powerful. The AI is literally trained to recognize the specific visual cues of someone falling down or even fainting in a crowd. It can also flag unusual movements that might show someone's in distress, or it can spot areas that are getting dangerously congested. This lets staff step in before a small problem becomes a big one. All right, so beyond personal safety, the system also acts as this incredibly vigilant, always-on security guard for the entire property. This is all about automating security. The AI can flag someone loitering in a strange place for too long, it can detect vandalism as it's happening, and it can instantly alert staff if there's a perimeter breach. Even something as simple as a group of people suddenly running can trigger an alert, because hey, that could signal an emergency that needs immediate attention. Okay, so we have all these incredibly smart cameras out there acting as eyes on the ground. But how does all that information get processed and actually turned into something useful? Well, it all comes together in a central command center. And the core of this whole system is a really powerful Internet of Things platform that was developed by a Malaysian company called Favoriot. This platform is basically the central brain that connects all the different cameras and sensors, letting them all talk to each other and work together seamlessly. Here's a great way to picture how it all connects. The AI-enabled cameras. They're the eyes, and they're set up across multiple mosques. They are constantly streaming data to this central cloud platform. And that's the brain. And this brain doesn't just see what one camera sees. It's analyzing information from everywhere at once to create one complete picture. So let's just walk through how it works in real time. An AI camera spots an incident. Say, someone falls. Instantly, an alert is zapped to the cloud platform. The platform then immediately pushes a notification to the staff on apps they already use, like Telegram or WhatsApp. And at the exact same time, the whole incident is logged for future reports and audits. The key word here is speed. This entire chain of events happens in just a few seconds. So we've seen the tech and we've seen how it works. But let's bring it all home and look at the real-world impact. What are the actual tangible benefits of making a community hub this smart? The number one most critical benefit is a faster response time.
By automating the detection, you dramatically cut down the time it takes for a human to react to an emergency. And in a medical crisis or a security situation, those seconds saved can literally be the difference between a minor incident and a tragedy.
Second, you get way more organized crowd management. The system gives you the data you need to understand foot traffic, to see bottlenecks before they even form, and to guide the flow of people smoothly and safely, especially during those super busy events.
And third, and for the staff, this is a huge one, it simplifies the administrative nightmare. Meeting those strict documentation rules from the SBMM becomes almost effortless when every single incident is automatically logged with a perfect timestamp. Generating those compliance reports goes from a painful manual chore to just an automated task.
So when you put it all together, what do you get? You get a public space that is just fundamentally safer, more secure, and way more efficiently managed for everybody who uses it, from the worshipers to the staff themselves.
And this really leaves us with a big, thought-provoking question. We're seeing this technology being proven in a vital community hub. So if we can make our mosques this smart and this secure, what's next? Think about our schools, our parks, our public squares. Where else could this kind of proactive safety totally transform our daily lives? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.